Hey everyone, this is Chainsaw King 666, and I just thought I'd do this short video because my last collection video I did had the sound cut off halfway through. I'm sorry about that. I must have had my finger over the speaker. Anyway, I thought I'd do this one right now just so I could show you all the ones that we didn't get to hear about in the last one. So here we go. First up, we have Resident Evil the movie. Now, not a lot of fans like the Resident Evil movies, but I disagree. I thought they were brilliant. As someone who saw the films before, who's seen more of the films than the games, I'm not biased towards the films or anything. I like both the films and the games as much as each other. I know the films don't completely follow the game's storyline completely, but they're good for what they are. They're good zombie movies, so give them that much. I like the first one especially. It was obviously the first one I saw. I just think it's the perfect zombie movie. Loads of zombies, a good sci-fi storyline, that sort of thing, as well as characters from the games as well. Like, well, there weren't many in the first one, but I mean, we do have the Licker and stuff. That was really the highlight for me. I thought the fight with the Licker on the train at the end was brilliant, And well, I couldn't wait to see the sequel. And when I did, it was this. Resident Evil Apocalypse. Now, this one has a hell of a lot more zombies than the original. I mean, there was no shortage of zombies in the first one, but the second one, I mean, you have an entire city full. That's why, to be honest, I'd recommend it to anyone who loves zombie movies, because, I mean, we get to see characters from the games, as well as Nemesis, which was, again, another highlight, because I love how they've, how can I explain it, tried to do it as much like Resident Evil 2 as they could, It was just brilliant. That's why I just loved Resident Evil Apocalypse. And, that's why, moving on, we have Resident Evil Extinction. Now, I was a little surprised with the plot they chose for this movie, seeing as that they showed what it would be like if the T-virus was never stopped by that nuclear missile that they send into Raccoon City at the end of Resident Evil Apocalypse. I mean, as a zombie fan, to me it was like, how can I explain it? It was like my dream come true, because it was like Mad Max with zombies, Although I'm not quite sure about the Dr. Isaacs monster in it, though. I think it's meant to be the Tyrant from the first game. I'm not sure. If someone could explain this for me on a comment, I'd appreciate that a lot, and I'll... that sort of thing, because I haven't managed to play many of the games in a long time, so if someone could explain to me, what Dr. Isaacs is meant to be, if he's meant to be something from the games, then I would like that. Anyway, but getting back to the movies, Resident Evil Extinction, I think, is one of the best zombie movies in the last 10 years, along with the first two as well. I mean, the zombies evolve in it as well. They go from staggerers to sort of running and jumping ones, which I thought was a little extreme for Resident Evil, but, they know what they're doing. They managed to pull it off well. And next we have Resident Evil Afterlife. Now, I went to see this one in the cinema at 3D. This one, well, by this time, I'd actually gotten into Resident Evil, because it's funny saying that, because I actually found out they were making a fourth one, but when I heard this, I'd only ever seen the first two. So I thought, I need to see the third one sometime before this one comes out. I thought, it's no good, I'm going to have to go out and buy it. But, luckily, that year I got it on DVD for Christmas. So, I was saved by the bell on that one. But, no, I went to see this one in the cinema, and it was actually, to be honest, quite good. Since it was in 3D, everything from bullets to ninja throwing stars to, well, the Executioner's hammer/axe thingy, what he carries around, was either thrown, shot, or propelled at you somehow. Which, to be honest, it's the best 3D movie I've ever been to see, and I went to see Avatar. But, the fight at the end with Albert Wesker was good. We get to see a little more of him in this game, plus they also include Chris Redfield. It's a little bit like The Matrix in some places, which I thought was the only thing that was wrong with it, if you know what I mean. They took the slow motion thing a little too far, but not so far that you don't actually enjoy the movie. I thought it was a pretty damn enjoyable movie, and I can't wait for, what was it called? Retribution to come out. And when I get that one on DVD, eventually, I will give I will give you a review on that one. Next up, we have Doom. Along with the Resident Evil franchise, it's one of my all-time favourite video game to movie transitions. Now, I actually got this on DVD for my birthday one year. I knew they'd made a movie of it. It's just that when it was released, I wasn't actually old enough to go see it. So I thought, well, it's going to be years before I see that. But I got this on DVD for my birthday, and when I saw it, I thought, wow, how brilliant! See, unlike the game, they don't go for a whole sort of supernatural approach to it. It's like a viral infection. But the highlight of the movie definitely has to be the first-person shooter sequence. I mean, it's literally just like an entire 5 minutes of, what it's like to be actually there. To be honest, it'd be nice if they did a whole movie like it someday. But, I've never seen it done in any other film before, and I just thought, it was so fitting for a game that's been hailed as one of the first ever first-person shooters, so that's why Doom is like the perfect sci-fi horror movie. That's why I recommend it to anyone who's either played the game or watched a movie with a zombie in it, because it's like Resident Evil in space, so, by all means, watch Doom. Next up we have Zombieland, a zombie comedy. Now, when it comes to zombie comedies, I actually preferred this one to Shaun of the Dead. I mean, I know in Shaun of the Dead it's like watching a Romero movie because of the zombies in it, but I just don't like the comedy in it. Don't ask me what it is. I don't like the people, and I don't like the comedy, and that's why, to be honest, you will never ever find that film in this collection. I thought Zombieland was much better. I thought it was dead funny in places. Tallahassee is obviously the best character in it. And, there's tons of gore, and I won't ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but the bit where they go and visit Bill Murray is the best in the movie. Along with the theme park showdown at the end. So, I remember when I went to see this, I thought it's just going to be one of these dumb, lame, unfunny comedies, because comedy has taken a right downturn these days. It's not what it was It isn't what it used to be in, say, such as the 80s, when, John Candy was alive. He made the best comedies. Him, Gene Wilder, and Richard Pryor, best three comedy actors ever. And,